Hey guys, welcome back to another rant or review. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me last time while we kind of trudged through all that Twilight stuff. We're doing a game review tonight, so finally, I've beaten this game weeks ago, and I'm just now getting around to doing a review on it. Ghost of Tsushima for the PS4. That's the version that I played. I don't know if you're able to play it anywhere else, but actually, now that I think about it, it's probably a Sony exclusive. This game was amazing. If I could sum it up in so few words, Samurai Simulator. Yeah. Or Badass Samurai Simulator. Really, really, really awesome game. I had a lot of fun with this. So much fun, in fact, that I found myself not able to stop playing it. Once I started collecting things and finding things, I had to see it all the way through to completion. I mean, I found everything. Everything. Yeah, after I 100% of the game, then I finally set it aside and said, okay, it's time to move on to something else. But yeah, this was a good game. This was incredibly well done. It was I think it was built purely for Sony systems. So PlayStation 4, I believe, is the only one you can play it on. Sucker Punch was the company that made it, and my hat is off to them. They also did Infamous and Infamous Second Son. Yeah, my hat's off to them completely because it was amazing. They did a great job. Their attention to detail is astounding. Okay, I guess let's start with the story. The story is about a samurai lord who goes into battle up against the Khans, basically the Mongolians, and yeah, they have an all-out battle, big, massive war, and this particular soldier gets kind of taken out of the picture, so to speak. So he's injured, wounded. He is rescued by a woman who's kind of not all who she seems to be. She reminds me more of a ninja rather than a samurai because she creeps around and all that stuff. He even calls her a thief at one point because she's not direct with her actions at all. But she saves our protagonist, rescues him, and helps him get his sword and his armor back. Now he realizes he can't rush back into things. He cannot go up against the Mongolians without help and more training. So that's exactly what you do. You go to find more help. You do missions for people. The more missions you do for these characters, the more they want to help you out on your journey. You also upgrade your character. And you get special abilities. As far as the upgrading system goes, I thought that was one of the coolest parts about the game. Is it's not just a hack and slash. While it is those things, there is a little bit of finesse that goes into it. You have 4 different stances that you have to learn and get better at using. You have to know when to use them, know when to use something else. And that's part of where the fun lies. The combat is so much fun, and it's really, really, really good. I had a lot of fun with this game. But yeah, it's basically one man's journey to regain his place in the world, and that's what you wind up doing. And it's a blast all the way through. I mean, I had no problem 100%ing this game. I didn't say, oh man, this is getting repetitive, this is getting stupid. Because there were so many things to see and do that it was great. It was awesome. I just wanted to see more. Some of the side things that you could do were you could write haikus. There were different hot springs you could visit. There were monuments with legendary samurai gear all over the place. There were bamboo strikes, which were basically it's a test of strength where you would cut through like 5 or 6 pieces of bamboo, correlating with the button presses that you were using. And those were really, really cool also. Some of them were pretty challenging. But there were so many different things that you could do. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It was great. It was a blast. And actually, when it's all said and done, you really are kind of sad it's over. Another thing about this game is it is beautiful. And I don't mean... It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful game. One of the top tier titles for the PS4. In fact, if this is one of the last few before we go into the PS5 era, that's okay because we went out on top. This game is gorgeous. It's just, I mean, every environment is astounding. It's incredible. From the windswept fields to the snowy ice-capped mountains to the sandy beaches. I mean, it's just all so gorgeous. The only time I ever saw any real issue with the graphics were certain NPCs. Again, this is kind of a common theme with some of these games that look so good. The NPCs tend to be a little bit low res compared to everybody else, you know, like they didn't put enough attention to detail. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, that is a small gripe with a beautiful, awesome game like this. So yeah, great looking game. I honestly, this has got to be pushing the PS4 to its hardware limits. You know what I mean? But one of the only downsides that I really see is all these characters that you interact with throughout your story are so well spoken and so well written. But when it comes to your own character, the protagonist of the story, you're very dry, very bland. You know, and it's kind of disappointing because you really want to connect with this character. You have issues connecting with him throughout the whole thing. And that's sad. But, again, that gripe is kind of overshadowed by the brilliance of this game. Yeah, and when I said that this was a samurai simulator, I wasn't kidding. It's got everything here. It's got slow-mo showdowns where you can take 1, 2, 3 separate strikes, and it's all in slow motion. If you time them right, you can get 3 guys dead instantly. And, I mean, and the other guys, they see it and they flee. A lot of times they just freak out and flee. And when you're done doing all that fighting, you give your sword a little flick, and you take it, and you wipe that blade clean, and you put it away. Or you can even bow to your enemies. I mean, that's amazing attention to detail. They really wanted you to become a samurai. And that's what it felt like throughout my whole journey. Was I was learning about the samurai culture and how to be a proper samurai. And they just took it all the way. They went all the way with that motif, and you felt like you were a samurai badass at the end of the game. I'm telling you, man, you just felt incredible. It was great. It was a great experience. Now throughout the game, you're given two. I'm gonna go ahead and say there's 2 separate types of gameplay here. You've got your out in the open, take on every dude that friggin' moves, samurai way of doing things, and then you've got your sneaking around, stealth killing, death from above, ninja way of doing things, and you wouldn't think, you know, they'd be that different, but they are. They're surprisingly different. And it really kind of fits whatever playstyle you're into. I was a hybrid of the 2. I wound up, you know, doing a lot of ninja stealth sections. And then I wound up kind of overpowering my enemies with my samurai side. And that was the brilliance of the game. That's what made it so fun, was my options that were given to me at any given moment. The music in the game. The music in the game was beautiful. Beautiful. You could tell these people did their research. They went to Japan. They heard this beautiful music and said, you know what, we're going to put this in our game. And they did. They recreated it, and it sounds amazing. It's so, I mean, when the battles are going on, it's intense. And you hear those drums going off. And then the times of peace and quiet when you're just writing a haiku, it's peaceful and serene. And it works so well with this game. And that's the best thing I can say about this game is somewhere between, serene and chaos. And I love it. It's just a perfect blend. It even has an Akira Kurosawa mode. And that's awesome. It's black and white. The sound is mono. All the dialogue is in Japanese. Really cool. They didn't need that, but damn is it cool. It's just that one extra feature that shows that they really wanted to make the best possible game they could with as many different play styles as they could. And they succeeded in spades. Yeah, this was good. Now this game does get quite challenging, especially near the end of the game. If you haven't figured out your stances and your fighting style, then it can be quite rough. So, practice, unlock as many perks as you can, and go for all the legendary loot along the way. Now, when I say legendary loot, there are sections of this game. I believe there's 5 or 6 separate times where you kind of go off on little mini quests to find these sacred samurai relics that actually enhance your fighting. Like you'll get a set of armor, or you'll get a sword, or it will be things that really enhance your play style and really help you get through to the end. Yeah, it's amazing what they did with this game. The story is really, really well done as well. Again, I wish they had left some really good dialogue for your character to say, but it is what it is. By the end of your journey, though, you feel you just it's hard to explain. You got to get to the end and feel it for yourself, because it's like, man, you are given a choice near the end of the game, and it's a choice that kind of makes or breaks who you are as a character. Yeah, it's really, really cool. If you love a collectathon type game, this is the one for you. They've got relics to find. They've got everything to find. They've got letters to the con to find. Stuff like that. Yeah. I'm sorry this review was so late, guys, but man, I wanted to make sure I completed this fully, and I did, and I loved it. And I highly suggest, if you guys have not played this game yet, that you go out and do that. It's worth your time. If it sounds even remotely close to what you would be interested in playing, this is the game for you. Promise. You will not find a better samurai simulator anywhere else. It's just great. It was a great game. Please pick it up. You can get it on the PS4 right now. Anywhere else, please get it. You owe it to yourself. Guys, I'm letting you know October's coming up, and I've got a few things in the works that I'm trying to make happen. And it's not huge changes, but some of the topics we'll talk about are going to be different, maybe tailored towards Halloween. I definitely am going to be doing a different intro, which I'm going to hopefully it turns out really well. I'm still in the process of working on that. But in October, please expect things to be a little different. Hopefully for the better. I hope you guys enjoy it, because I'm doing it for you guys. I think it'll be really cool, and I'm really excited about it. And I hope you guys are excited about it too. So yeah, look forward to all the October fun coming up this October 1st, or the very first video in October. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. And I hope you guys stick around for the next video also, because it's going to be freaking sweet. And yeah, play the game if you haven't already. Click subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. You know, give me some of that love. And I will see you guys on the next rant or review. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Now take care.